If I may call upon Shri H.D. Deve Gowda ji to speak now.
Thank you very much, sir. I would, first of all, I would like to express my thanks to the Honorable Prime Minister and also to the Honorable Health Minister to see that the funds provided in the current year budget compared to the previous UPA government, what the funds they have provided. For that, just only one word I mentioned. In 2013-14, 37,330 crores. Now, if you compare that, the current year, 99,858 crores they have provided. For that, I must congratulate the Honorable Prime Minister and also the Honorable Health Minister, who is also the leader of this House. Sir, I made certain suggestions so that it can be taken note of by the government and the leader of the House and also the Health Minister is present. Sir, management of heart attack and brain stroke at the doorsteps of the Taluk hospitals. Sir, heart attack and brain stroke management to be rolled out at national scheme under Ayushman Bharat as hub and spoke model. Annually, 30 lakhs people are succumbing to heart attack and related issues in India. Unfortunately, 30% heart attack occur below 45 years of age, and young and middle-aged Indians are vulnerable to this disease. Unquestionably, this is number one killer, accounting for 28 to 30% deaths, both in urban and rural sector. Treatment has to be given in golden hours, preferably with less than 6 hours to save maximum number of patients, aid to prevent deaths. Treatment has to be taken to doorsteps of Taluk hospitals on spoke and hub model. Otherwise, the delay will result in more deaths. Sir, Taluk hospitals, where initial treatment has to be given in the form of clot dissolving place just 1 minute injection which cost about 18,000 rupees. This treatment will stabilize 90% of the patients. After a few hours of stabilization, the patient shall be shifted to the nearest city where angioplasty and stent procedure can be performed. Presently, the cost of stethoscope medicine is not covered under Ayushman Bharat scheme for BPL patients. Present, the death rate in rural hospitals from heart attack is 20 to 25%. Tier 2 city about 15%. Tier 1 city is about 5 to 8%. This hub and spoke strategy shall be coordinated in regional agencies in the respective states. These agencies provide training, coordination between spoke and hub hospitals, analysis the data, and provide a basic management kits. Such specialized agencies can be hired. Sir, hub and in city hospitals, super specialty and multi specialty hospital located nearly city empaneled under Ayushman Bharat scheme will perform angiography and stent procedure for such patients referred from spoke hospital and have already received the therapeutic treatment there. Angioplasty and stent procedure have already covered under Ayushman Bharat scheme for BPL patients. This hub and spoke model of treating heart attack is implemented partially in 45 taluk hospitals in Karnataka and in few hospitals in Goa, Orissa and Telangana. After implementation of this model, more lives have been saved. Death rate is in single digit. In this hub and spoke model is rolled out by Honorable Prime Minister under a suitable nomenclature through Ayushman Bharat to the entire country. We can save lakhs of patients so that it will be sensitize the stakeholders and create awareness among the people and become popular. Ultimately, we can save lakhs of people. There will be no significant financial implication since procedure cost is already recovered. However, the medicine cost to be covered, it is better to implement the hub and spoke model for the management of heart attack and brain stroke. Overcoming the manpower issues in rural hospitals. Under National Health Mission is consolidated salary of MBBS doctors on contract basis is at present 50,000 to 60,000 per month. This salary has to be enhanced at least rupees 80 to 90,000. Sir, Honorable Leader is sitting here. With my experience, I am requesting, because even MBBS doctors are not going to the rural hospitals. That is the present position. This will be no significant financial implication. This enhancement can be managed within the available NHM funds. Sir, only permission is required to enhance the salary. This will attract more and more doctors to work in the rural hospitals, such as PHC, CHS, and taluk hospitals. The incentives can be considered to give additional weightage at the time of NEET and PG selection, depending on the number of years of the rural service, or separate rural service quota for PG seat allotment can also be considered by your good self. Sir, outsourced staff, nurses issues in PHS, CHS and taluk hospitals. Rural hospitals such as PSCs, CSC and taluk hospitals are facing shortage of staff nurses. Presently, under the National Health Scheme, the outsourced staff nurses are getting a consolidated salary of just 13,000, sir. Sir, please, per month, which is less than the Daily Wage Act. This is the main reason that the staff nurses are not willing to come forward to work. If this can be enhanced at least to rupees 20 to 25,000 per month, they can have at least, they can maintain their family with that amount. One only way we can improve the healthcare service in public hospitals is by addressing the shortage of the manpower. Sir, lastly, just I will make 2-3 points, sir. HPV vaccination to prevent cervical cancer in women is to be included under the national immunization protocol. Sir, cervical cancer is one of the common cancers. In women, HPV vaccination can reduce the occurrences of cancer by 80 to 90%. Ideal age group is 10 to 16 years. Hence, the best strategy is to vaccinate the high school studying girls as part of the national immunization program. Sir, to encourage the opening of small specialty private hospitals in three tier cities. Rural areas, 5 years tax holidays can be considered for such hospitals. To enhance the honorarium of Asha and Anganwadi workers from time to time. Sir, this is one of the major issue which is at the state level always the strikes are going on. I only request your good self, at least state and the center 60-40 or whatever the ratio that can be ultimately mutual consultation. It can be decided. Sir, the strengthening the agency from 5 lakhs to 10 lakhs, since many complex surgeries, interventions and implants are not included in the scheme yet. Many states have not adopted the revised package rates, and as a result, many hospitals are not willing to get empaneled for this scheme. Sir, I have already suggested the state and the center at the mutually discuss 60-40 or whatever, and it should be decided by mutual understanding. Sir, I would like to conclude this Asha, Honorable Prime Minister, 2018. It has been announced. Sir, today more than 70% of the people are getting the benefit from that one program, which I would like to congratulate the Honorable Prime Minister and also the Honorable Health Minister and the leader of the House who is present here. I hope and trust some of the suggestions I have made will be taken into consideration, and hope they will try to further improve for the rural area where the poverty is more. That is very much important. Now 60 to 70% has been covered by this new program which has been announced by the Honorable Prime Minister in 2018. I hope and trust Honorable Health Minister, who is the leader, I think yesterday or day before yesterday, you announced how many medical seats, how many medical colleges have been increased. You have announced and given all full facts. I don't want to repeat that again. I must congratulate the initiative you have taken on various issues to improve the whole system and providing the medical facilities to even to the common man who aged more than 70 years, 80 years, who are living in the villages. Sir, with these words, I will once again express my thanks to you for having given little time to speak to me on this very important subject. Thank you very much, sir. Thanks to the Honorable, the leader, Honorable Health Minister, who might have taken note of some of the suggestions I have made. Thank you very much.